National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
This is the National News telecast. I'm Movin Hettiarunchi, joining me is Sharon Mascarenas. Today is the 11th of December and here are today's headlines. Air pollution continues. The President says participation of youth is important to rebuild the country. The annual general meeting of the SJB held at Campbell Park. Steps taken to convert 8 agricultural institutes into 4. An assault on the former Vice-Chancellor of Peradeniya University. Chile's Lascaux volcano becomes active. Morocco and France qualify to play in the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup. Now on to those and more stories in detail. On today's top story, the impact on Sri Lanka due to the air pollution in Delhi is gradually decreasing.
The air pollution in the Colombo city registered 113 in the air quality index by 6 p.m. today, which is less than yesterday's 117. Jaffna is the most air-polluted city according to satellite data today. It has recorded an air quality index of 137. Negombo has recorded 107, Kandy 107 and Ambalantota 78. The air quality index of Ratnapura district is 86. The air quality index of Dambulla has decreased to 72 from 110. Dr. Deepal Pereira said that the situation can increase respiratory diseases. Those dust particles can enter lungs and create complications. It can also cause skin diseases. This can lead to virus fever and followed by bacteria infections and pneumonia, which can be fatal.
ඊටත් අමතරව මේ දූවිලි තත්ත්වයන් අපේ සමමතු පිටට આવොත් අපේ සමය රෝගත් ඇති වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා ශ්වසන රෝග වගේම සමය රෝග වැඩි වෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ තත්ත්වය අනුව.
The doctors point out that if children less than 2 years, persons more than 65 years, pregnant mothers, persons with respiratory diseases, diabetic patients and persons with less immunity get infected with pneumonia, under the present situation, it can be fatal. It is important to wear a face mask when leaving home. Doctors said that children with influenza symptoms should not be sent to daycare centres, preschools and schools. Meanwhile, Mando cyclonic storm has moved towards India yesterday. The Met Department said the impact on the country due to the cyclonic storm is gradually decreasing. The Met Department said that cloudy sky can be seen over the southern part of Sri Lanka and rains could occur in several areas of the country. Due to forecast, the Met Department requested the public to pay attention to the prevailing situation in the country. She said the reason for the cold in the island is clouds covering the entire island.
දැන් මැන්ඩ්‍රෝ සුළුකුණාටුවේ බලපෑම පහව ගිය නිසා දැන් බලාකුළු වලින් තොර අහසක් තමයි ඉදිරියට අපිට බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ. එතකොට වේ සීතල කාලගුණ තත්ත්වය ක්‍රමයෙන් පහව යනවා.
More than 1,500 animals, including cattle and goats, died in the northern and eastern provinces due to the inclement weather. Secretary to the Government Veterinary Doctors Association, Nuwan Heva Gamage, said that decreasing temperature could have led to their deaths. The people are informed through the announcements to the Met Department about climate changes. It is important to keep animals at safe locations during such incidents. Eating meat of dead animal cannot be approved.
Experts say that air quality in Mumbai is at a very low level. Usually, air quality in New Delhi becomes very low with the commencement of the winter season. However, Mumbai, which has a large coast and a better air quality, has recorded a risk level this time. Mumbai has recorded the highest air pollution level at present. Experts say construction and vehicle emissions have contributed to the situation. Many Indian towns, including Delhi, Kolkata, Kanpur and Patna, have recorded high levels of air pollution. Hospital authorities pointed out number of patients with respiratory diseases are increasing. They have requested people to wear face masks and not to get exposed to external environment unnecessarily. President Ranil Wickremesinghe says the participation of youth is important to rebuild the country while searching for solutions to present problems.
The president said decisions at present should be taken looking at another 25 years but not thinking about today. The President mentioned this during a function at Royal College Colombo today in connection with enrolling 6,500 members in island-wide for Leo District 306C2 and Leo Day. The President said that he aims forward to accept the country when there were economic and political problems to build a better future for the youth. The President said the government has launched a program to get the contribution of the youth on the country's path to development, and proposals have been made to appoint youth representatives to Parliament oversight committees. The President said that a national youth platform has been prepared in connection with the 75th Independence Day, and it should be maintained as a support for the country's path for a developed economy similar to Singapore, Japan and China. The President requested the youth to take part in the program. He requested the Leo members to get meaningful views of the youth to minimize climate change problems, which has become a global crisis. The President viewed the exhibition organized by 306C2 Leo Club and commenced the seed document prepared by the students of Ananda College, Colombo. 306C2 Leo Club District Chairman Indunil Udara Paliyavadana presented mementos to the President Ranil Wickremesinghe and President Chief of Staff Sagala Ratnayaka. Awards were also presented to Leo members.
Technology to remove kidney stones using high-powered laser rays is now being used by local hospitals without causing an inconvenience to patients. The stones can be removed through a small hole using laser technology without removing a kidney. The surgery to remove kidney stones using 140-watt laser rays was conducted for the first time in the country at Kalutara District General Hospital. A 62-year-old woman was able to attend her daily activities after the surgery. Consultant Dr. Kalana Paranaparaliye said that other hospitals in the island can also get the technology known as PCNL. Dr. Kalana Paranaparaliye said that he is the first laser-powered machine in the country. Apart from that, there have been more laser machines in the country. It is not necessary to remove a kidney as earlier. If there is a stone in the kidney, doctors are available to perform the PCNL surgery. Consultant Dr. Kalana Paranaparaliye said that there is a problem to get minimum time when allocating times for surgeries using high-powered technology. The doctor said it is regrettable that they have been given scheduled time for surgeries, although there are facilities for surgeries. Only 4 hours have been given. The ministry has been informed, and it is expected that they would take necessary steps in this regard.
The annual general meeting of the Samagi Jana Balawegaya was held today under the patronage of party leader Sajid Premadasa at Borella Campbell Park. Members of the party walked from Borella Junction and Dimatagoda to Borella Campbell Park to attend the meeting. MPs Dalasala Peruma and Dilan Pereira were present, representing Nidahasa People Council.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that commission to empower the conduct the provincial elections will be taking place. The Prime Minister mentioned this at a reply to a question from a journalist after a function today at Paduk area. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that Pradeshiya Sabha elections has been extended by 1 year and it ends on the 20th of March. Elections Commission has the power to conduct elections before and election laws have been amended and passed by the Parliament. The Election Commission will act according to the law.
Industrialists in the Polonnaruwa district who are engaged in producing products using cement and steel are facing many difficulties due to the price increase of raw materials. Entrepreneurs who are engaged in producing various products including flower pots, cement pots and cement blocks are facing severe difficulties. Production of some products have been completely stopped due to the high price of raw materials. They have also decided to increase the price of goods, which leads to minimize the demand. Certain factories have reduced the number of employees working in them. The Ministry of Agriculture has decided to take a strict decision about 8 organisations during the forthcoming year.
Minister Mahinda Amaraveera said according to the policy on state expenditure management, those 8 organisations will be made into 4. The minister mentioned this while attending a function to introduce a new seed machine as Angudukona Palace area. Minister Mahinda Amaraveera said that the government could not intervene to purchase paddy from the farmers. Reasons such as the inability of the Paddy Marketing Board to get financial allocations contributed to it. A decision was taken to stop importation of rice. The government expects it will lead to a price stability of paddy. Meanwhile, farmers accuse that malpractice has occurred when issuing fertilizer for Maha season by Hettiaya Rohana Farmers Organisation of 221 Mahawava, Tulane under the Kahadagasdi Gelia Agrarian Services Centre.
A test has been found oxygen percentage at the Alla area has been increased by 25%. This has been disclosed during a test conducted at a laboratory established at Kithalalla, Ratmalkanda Forest Hermitage. A former university lecturer, Venerable Madavalo Palithera, has guided them to conduct the test. He said that the research on environment is conducted at the centre.
A complaint has been lodged with the police stating that a group of university students assaulted former Vice-Chancellor of Peradeniya University, Professor Athula Senaratne. The former Vice-Chancellor said his son has been injured following the assault. Police said that university students behaved in an unruly manner, stating that a motor car driven by the former Vice-Chancellor's son collided with 2 motor vehicles of the university students. Police have been dispersed the group who protested near the official residence of the Professor Athula Senaratne. A complaint has been lodged with the police stating that official residence of the former Vice-Chancellor has been damaged by the students. Mr. Senaratne and his son have returned home after undergoing treatment at a hospital. A group of Foreign Employment Bureau officials left for Oman yesterday in connection with the human smuggling racket on a request from Minister Manushanana Kara.
The officials will conduct an investigation into the human smuggling racket reported from Oman during the recent past. The group includes an additional general manager from the Foreign Employment Bureau, 2 investigative officers and an inspector and a woman sub-inspector of the CID.
Group of CID and Foreign Employment Government Medical. In other news, Government Medical Association says that they regret the passing of the Inland Revenue Act in Parliament. Secretary to the association, Dr. Harith Alutke, said that they will have a heavy impact on professionals, including doctors. Dr. Harith Alutke said that the act has been affected the middle class of the country and professionals. The government has passed an act without considering positive interventions made by the associations. The negative effects of the tax policy will have an impact on the state services and intellectuals.
We now bring you more news in brief. The prize giving of Homangama Pitipana Uttaradhamma School took place today. It has been named as Uttarudam Nanapana 2022. Minister Bandula Gunawardena was present on the occasion. Gonahena STF camp officers have arrested 3 members of an organised criminal gang yesterday. The suspects are said to be accomplices of the criminal gang leader Minuwangoda Mahesh Malli, who is hiding in Dubai. A minor employee of Kegal Hospital has been taken into custody when she tried to sell drug pills to a police decoy. She has sold a pill for 2,000 rupees. The Kegal police have arrested her following an information given by military intelligence. An individual has died following an accident at Ambawat area on Vallavaya Alla Main Road. The accident occurred when a dog collided with a motorcycle he was riding. The Chinese government has donated solar bulbs for schools in the eastern province. Deputy head of the delegation of the Chinese embassy, Hu Wei, handed over the bulbs to Provincial Governor Anuruddha Yampat. It will benefit 40 schools in the province. A ceremony to mark 70 years of Japan-Sri Lanka friendship took place yesterday at the Maharagama National Youth Services Council ground. Minister Roshan Ranasinghe and Japanese Ambassador Mizukoshi Hideki were present on the occasion. Eight persons who were hunting a deer at Kaudulla National Wildlife Park have been arrested by wildlife officials. They have also seized equipment and locally manufactured firearm used for hunting. Nearly 100 live bullets used for T-56 firearms have been found hidden near Kantali tank, according to information received by the military intelligence units. Two women who assaulted a woman after an accident in Kollupitiya have been arrested in Bambalapitiya. Television channels and social media showed a woman who was seated in the back seat of the car was being assaulted by another two women. A protest organised by the Electricity Users Association took place today at the Thalawakale Lindula Neraya town. A group of estate workers also joined the protest. That's a look at local news. Stay with us. Foreign news is coming up next.
Katami, Fantamai.
Chilean officials have put safety in place after a volcano set an eruptive column of 20,000 feet into the sky.
Lascaux volcano, which sits in the Andes, rumbled into action on Saturday, triggering minor earth tremors. No damage in the surrounding area has so far been reported, but an initial green warning was raised to yellow. Chilean authorities have defined the yellow as meaning a volcano is unstable. The classification also means experts are monitoring a site for minor explosions and appearances of smoke, according to the authorities. Despite the giant cloud of smoke that Lascaux emitted, comprising volcanic ash and hot gases, no homes are thought to have been damaged. Authorities have set up a 5-kilometer no-entry perimeter from the volcano's crater. Lascaux is the north of the country and is 70 kilometers from San Pedro, a popular tourist destination for trekking and visits to Atacama Desert, the driest place on Earth. Now, an 8-year-old boy who was trapped in a well in India for more than 3 days has died.
Tanmay Sahu fell into a bore well in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh while playing with friends on Tuesday evening. A rescue operation was launched to free him with officials saying that he was stuck at about 55 feet in a 400 feet deep well. But he was not responding at the time rescuers reached him on yesterday morning, a local official said. Foreign reports have said that the local police, firefighters, home guards and the state disaster response force personnel were struggling ever since the boy fell in the borewell in Mandaveli area. The boy has been taken to a hospital where doctors declared him brought dead. A post-mortem will now be carried out. For the last 4 days, rescue workers had been trying to dig a tunnel along the borewell. Oxygen was being pumped into the boy, but the layers of mud meant emergency workers could not assess his condition. Due to the water shortages, several farmers in India set up borewells, and those wells have not been covered after construction, leading to many accidents.
Thailand is projected to be severely affected by climate change, with its vulnerability shaped by geographical and socio-economic features. The German Watch Global Climate Risk Index 2021 ranked Thailand's long-term climate risk index as 9th in the world. One of the factors contributing to the climate change is food waste. Thailand has an extensive coastline, rural communities dependent on agriculture, and heavily populated urban areas located on flood-prone plains. Climate change threatens all key sectors of Thailand's economy, including agriculture, tourism and trade. Agriculture is also the second largest source of GHG emissions in Thailand, while rice cultivation is the main source of national methane emissions. Managed soils and livestock are also significant sources of GHG emissions. The Agriculture forestry and fisheries sector employed around 30.67% of Thailand's workforce in 2018 and are key to provide nutrition for the rural society. Agriculture contributes 8.1% of Thailand's GDP. There are about 1.3 billion tons of food waste worldwide. In Thailand, a population of 66 million generates 147 kilograms of food waste per person per year. To reach the target, a 50% reduction of 2030, there should be only about 70 to 72 kilometers per person of food waste. According to the Pollution Control Department of Thailand, food waste accounts for 64% of total waste in the country, and nearly 40% of that food waste is still edible and of good quality. Over the next 5 years, Thailand will enhance climate action by building upon existing projects, plans and partnerships. The country plans to involve subnational private sector value chain actors as well as local communities and community-based organizations in identifying investment opportunities and risk reduction measures to help accelerate their involvement and opportunities in Thailand's climate action.
The US space agency NASA is all set to bring home its Orion capsule. The spaceship, which has been on a 3-week journey around the moon, is targeting a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean off of California. Uncrewed for the test flight, the capsule is expected to carry astronauts on its next outing, assuming everything works as planned for the coming hours. The parachute-assisted drop into the sea should occur at about 9:40 local time. The exercise is a part of NASA's Artemis program, a quest to take people back to the lunar surface later this decade. Fittingly, today marks exactly the 50 years since this feat was last achieved by a crew of the Apollo 17. Orion was lined up for day's event by European Propulsion Module, the part of the spaceship executing a big engine maneuver last Monday that pushed the ship away from the moon and in the direction of the Earth. NASA already has experience of an Orion re-entry. It conducted a previous uncrewed demonstration of the capsule in 2014. But the velocities and the heating conditions were much lower during the test. Transport of the dock ship of the United States Navy, USS Portland, will be waiting to pick up the Orion.
Many have feared that traditional music would grow distant from modern audiences, especially young people. However, it remains a great inspiration to modern music if used creatively. Incorporating folk and classical elements into electronic music is nothing new to the music industry, but recently has become a hot trend among artists. The drum and muzzle, two familiar traditional Vietnamese musical instruments, have proudly made their way to the orchestra along with the violin, viola, cello and trumpet. This surprising debut has garnered attention in the dance of Cheo and Len Dong and Dang Hu Phak. This was the piece first showcased in the concert, A Night of Modern and Classical Music. These promising experiments in new musical expression have brought traditional culture closer to the youth in Vietnam.
Hà đã bị cuốn hút vào những cái giai điệu xoan, và có một câu mà rất là nhiều người đã nghe rồi.
Prima Kotami Fantamai.
On the sports news. Organised by Sri Lanka Cricket concluded today, and the Greys team beat the Reds in the final encounter.
The match was played today at Coles Grounds. Batting first, Reds scored 91 for 9 wickets in 20 overs. Netmi Senaratne scored 33. Tharushi Rajakaruna took 4 wickets. In reply, Greys team won the match by scoring 99 for 4 wickets in 19.3 overs. Hansima Karunaratne was unbeaten for 35.
The champions of the women's.
The second match of the Interclub Rugby League took place between CRNFC and Havelocks yesterday at the Havelock Grounds. CRNFC won the match for 23 to 21. India's Ishan Kishan scored the
That's it for tonight's English News Update. Thank you for joining us. Good night.